Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Nice to be here. Nice to represent the Senior Center. I'm just finishing just a little bit over a year at the Senior Center. What I want to share with you tonight is what's happening at the Senior Center, what happens on a daily basis. So we're going to zoom up a video in just a minute, and they may need help with that. And then I'm going to talk about the new Senior Center that's over to my left, your right, and share what our plans to do for in the next year with the new Senior Center. Does that sound good? Yes. Let me help out with the video because I think. Welcome to Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center, a part of the heart of Santa Clarita. I hope you'll sit back and enjoy a brief taste of the many services and opportunities that we provide for seniors of our beautiful valley. The SCV Senior Center is changing and growing, and we hope you come along with us on a journey of expansion where everyone can learn, receive support, recreate, eat a great meal, and enjoy time together. We are planning for our current seniors and the generations to come. The SCV Senior Center, a place of opportunities, respect and dignity, and quality of life.
Staying active is key to maintaining independence and quality of life as we age. Participation in any of our fitness programs, from chair exercise to yoga, traditional cardio workouts, and Zumba, helps build stamina and maintain cognitive abilities. Keeping your body healthy keeps your brain healthy. Whatever your current level of fitness, let us help you improve. There are lifelong learning opportunities and discussion groups on a variety of subjects. Computer classes, men's and ladies' billiards, needlework, art, conversational French classes, and chorus are all opportunities to get out of the house, meet people, sharpen or build your skills, and have some laughs. Our multi-generational volunteer force is the backbone of the success of the SCV Senior Center. Volunteers contribute over 40,000 hours of their personal time annually to meetings, events, and daily operations to meet the needs of seniors throughout the community.
Nutrition is another key to healthy living. Our staff, supported by dozens of regularly scheduled volunteers, provides nutritious and tasty meals to almost 500 people each day, Monday through Friday. Our volunteers pack and deliver as many as 300 individual meals daily. Each delivery is very important to us. Our home-delivered meal driver may be the only visitor that a meal recipient receives that day. Our volunteers are exceptional people, providing a service that would otherwise go undone.
Our Adult Day program is designed to give family caregivers peace of mind while providing a level of engagement for their loved one that is rare, even in higher-priced care options. Our Adult Day program staff and volunteers specialize in providing a safe, active, engaging environment for those who struggle with the symptoms of Alzheimer's disease and other memory-impairing conditions.
We can help make your home safer and more accessible for you. The handworkers in the SCV Senior Center Handworker Program complete safety modifications and minor home repairs to keep homeowners safely in their homes for as long as possible. One phone call to the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center is all it takes to start the qualification process for supportive grants and services to give you a safer home.
Care managers in the Supportive Services Department of the Santa Clarita Valley Senior Center help seniors and those caring for seniors navigate the maze of state and federal benefits available to seniors and their families. Caring for an aging loved one can be a daunting process. Our specialists help seniors and their families plan for the future through education, advocacy, and hands-on assistance. Transportation services can help those seniors and their families stay connected to the community.
These are exciting times at the SCV Senior Center. We've outgrown our current center in New Paltz, and with your help, are building a new center and services for the future. We are building a place for future generations to enjoy. It will be 3 times the size of our current center and include a modern lounge, cyber cafe, technology center, fitness center, classrooms, a family resource center, and an elegant banquet room that will seat 350 people. We've also included a putting green and an outside entertainment venue. We dream of a place where seniors over the next 3 decades will make it a part of their day. we're serving 10,000 seniors every single year. We think in the future, between 2020 and 2030, it's going to double in Los Angeles County. So right now we're at 1.1 million seniors. We're going to be at 2.1 million seniors by 2030. We think the biggest surge will come in 2020 when that is the lifting off point. So we're trying to prepare for that generation to come up through the ranks, and that's what we're trying to do. So if we can share, we'll go to the next slide, and then the next one. And this is a drone video of the location that we're going to. And I'll show you a map in just a minute, but it's Golden Valley Road and Newhall Ranch Road where they meet. This is Golden Valley, shoots up into the hills a little bit. This here is Golden Valley Road going up into the new developments. They're panning over this big piece of land. This is there's going to be homes here, single-family homes in that part. We're going to pan around, now you're facing the south, and now you're facing the west. In this spot right here, there's a little bit more. The senior center will be here. In the future, the YMCA will be next to us. So the big parking lot, joining them together is not kind of a neat concept. YMCA and the senior center together. And again, we'll be surrounded by about 140 single-family homes.
What is that street there when you...
The street coming up there you're seeing is Golden Valley Road. It's Newhall Ranch Road and Golden Valley meet, and then Golden Valley takes a quick right and goes up into the new development called Five Knolls, and that's where we're going to be located. Excuse me? Yes. Yes. And you can see if you go down Golden Valley, if you take a left, you're on Golden Valley. If you take a right, you're on Newhall Ranch. So we appreciate the donated drone video for us. We can go to the next slide. And that's the in-between one, the next one. So this is the location. I should have shown this one first. This one's here. So we're located, there's the river, we're right here. It's Newhall Ranch Road, Golden Valley, Sierra Highway's up here, the 14. So you'll come down, you'll pass the LA Fitness over here, and the aquatic center's over here, and then you take a right and go up, and we'll be located right here. That's the number one question I get. Where the heck is this place? So hopefully everyone's got that picture? We're good? Okay, we can go to the next one. These are the homes, like I said, surrounding it. This is the senior center here. The adjoining parking lots will be sharing. The YMCA is a few years behind us. They haven't started their campaign yet, but we hope they'll join us, and then there'll be a walkway in between. And the YMCA, as you probably know, is busy at night, and we're not. So that's why the parking works out, because we're really busy during the day. That's the grand master plan that we have in store, with some wonderful donations of the land to us. We can go to the next one. I want to share with you there's a little picture there. Can I bring this over here? I think I can. Maybe not. It's wired in? Okay.
There's a handheld right here.
Oh, okay, great. Now there's numbers up here if you can see them. So if you want to have the building named after you, it's only 1.2 million. Just put it out there. You never know if somebody wants their name up. So when you come up to the senior center, you'll be coming up, this will be the front door, which is the same front door over here. You'll have a large lobby here. Right now we have about 4 bathrooms for all the people we serve. So we have lots of restrooms. And then you'll come into a banquet hall. The banquet hall will seat about 280 people altogether. It's the same size as a Hyatt's banquet hall, if you're familiar with that. It'll be carpeted. There'll be round tables. There'll be chandeliers. There'll be a high vaulted ceiling. It's going to be beautiful. And that's for our seniors every single day. It's also going to be used as for rentals on nights and weekends. So that'll be part of our fundraising for the whole place. Over here is a really large kitchen because we're going to have to serve thousands of meals. Right now we're serving 110,000 meals a year, and that will go up. But we're also going to have culinary arts classes in here and cooking classes at night as part of our senior center offering. So that'll be part of our kitchen. Once we cook the meals, for the home delivered meals, about 240 a day, they're going to go right out the back door, and our little mini cubes will be in the back to take the meals out. Let me take you back to the front door. You come into the lobby and the reception. This is going to be a family room. We're looking for a family room with a fireplace, which is right here, and where people can gather and socialize. They can have coffee in there. At night, we might have a happy hour with cocktails, something really engaging. So don't think of it as a senior center, because we're probably going to rename it. Think of it more of a country club type atmosphere, a club with lots of different activities for the future generations of seniors. Because I'm worried about the seniors right now, but I'm worried about the seniors 10, 15, 20 years from now. We have to build a place that can be flexible to their needs and the ever-changing needs. So that'll be the family room here. As you're walking down the hallway, the adult day program, which you saw Kerry talking about, which is expanding now for our seniors with Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. It's not a medical facility, but it's a great place to drop off a loved one from 8 to 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock to get a break for a family member, go shopping, let them hang out with us. They join us in the main dining room. It's not totally segregated. It's inclusive. But they have a place to be with in a good staff ratio there. If you go down the hallway, these are 7 multi-purpose rooms. We have 2 right now. And each of the multi-purpose rooms, we haven't designated them yet because they're going to keep changing. One will be a technology room. We plan on something smaller than this room, but with Mac computers on one side, HPs on the other side, and looking at the colleges to see what they offer for the technology center, so bring seniors into that with iPads or whatever else. So one room we've dedicated to technology. This room is probably going to be the classroom. We're partnering with College of the Canyons. They're working with us in the next few weeks on a whole bunch of different projects so they can offer classes at the senior center for seniors and so forth. So again, it's a changing dynamics. This is a multi-purpose room with a divider in it, so I'm sure the Bridge Club will be in there and lots of other people. There'll be a billiards room, and again, lots of flexibility, so I haven't really named these rooms yet, nor do we intend to. If you keep going down, we'll have a small fitness center. We're kind of waiting for the why, but we know people are going to want to have a little bit of a fitness center, so we're going to have a small one here. And then the dance studio with the wood floor and the mirrors and everything else will be here. This is your outdoor venue with a stage and seating out here. This will be beautiful out here. And then, again, a separate fireplace and a putting green. The rumor has it the fire department may make this a turnaround, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with the putting green. We'll see. So that's what we're trying to build for Santa Clarita. It's about 30,400 square feet, and we're looking for ideas. So we want the community to come to us and say, this is what I want, this is what my mother wants, this is what I'm going to want, and make sure you have it in here so this facility, which is going to be around for a long time. On top of this will be a second floor, and that's going to be for what we call support services and our care managers. There'll be a health and wellness center up there. You can meet privately with a counselor to go over your individual family needs, plan out your life, plan out everything, and that'll be on the second floor there with an elevator. So that's a lot to absorb, so I hope you're taking it in. Let me go to the next slide, and then we'll go back to some questions in a bit. And then the next one. So our vision for the senior center, again, planning for the future, a health and wellness center. So we're working with Henry Mayo right now to build that up. So we have some different screenings each week and different things like that, and really advance that whole issue for health and wellness. Our education series with College of the Canyons, but also with other partners for education. Senior rights. We're going to have a center just for senior rights. It's where seniors say, my rights are being violated, or I need this service, or how come I can't get this? This is the place to come and get some counseling on what senior rights are. We're not going to be a legal firm by any means, but we will help guide people in the right direction. And if they need an advocate, that's what we're there for. So that's our Center for Senior Rights. Seniors are also looking for employment, some part-time employment, so we'll have an employment center built into our structure as well. Social engagement, we want to really work on that. We want people low income, high income. It doesn't matter who you are, what nationality you are. We want you to come together, and we need to work on social engagement with our communities. A lot of people there come. People say, oh, they come for the food, right? Or they come because they need a meal. No, they come for social engagement. They come to hang out and talk to somebody at lunchtime because they may not talk to someone at breakfast or dinner or at night, but this is a place to hang out and socially engage people. And that's why we're working the coffee and the cocktail and really engage folks. So that's our vision of what we want to keep coming at. Next slide.
The facility is going to be remarkable. It is going to be so much better than what we've had for our seniors that are so deserving of an improved facility. This facility is going to have all of the amenities that you can imagine to assist our seniors. And I can't encourage people enough to be a part of the success of this new facility, make a contribution, help us get this built, and we're very, very, once again, excited about the future for our seniors here in the center.
That was Bob Keller, your councilman. Also, several others will come into play. I'm not going to play all of them. You want to go to the next slide?
There's a lot of gifts available if you want to name the building.
This is Todd Stevens. Todd's our co-chair for our capital campaign that we're in the middle of now. Just wanted you to listen what Todd has to say.
Opportunities, but we also have a special recognition for anyone who donates over $500. It'll be a wall. We don't know if it'll be bricks or whatever it will be at some point in time, but it'll be a special wall involved. And we really appreciate, there's a lot of people here. Some of you have already contributed. We're hoping some of you will contribute, and a lot of people that make this happen. So we're really happy to be here. The one thing I really want to leave you with, and thank you for braving the wind and coming out here. It's not a lot of fun for some people, but is if you drive down Market Street and look at the senior center, that is not indicative of the kind of community that Santa Clarita is. Okay? That if you said this isn't indicative of the kind of community that Santa Clarita is, it looks like this way up here.
I think we have one more.
My name is Rosalind Wayman. I work for LA County Supervisor Catherine Barger, and I happen to be standing on the site of our new senior center. It has a beautiful view, it's in a wonderful community, and the seniors deserve a new senior center. I want you to know that I've lived in this valley my entire life, and I've gone to the senior center over the years to volunteer and to visit with people, and I can't think of anything that's more needed than a new senior center. The County of Los Angeles has contributed $3 million to the project, and we're on our last legs of raising another $1 million, and I want to ask each and every one of you who are seeing this today to contribute.
And one more. And just to bring you up to date where we're at with this building and this campaign, we started about 4 years ago. Some people got together saying we need to go for a new senior center. The current center is in a county-owned facility, and it's, as you know, it's a very, very old facility. They looked at refurbishing it, and it was really cost prohibitive. So the decision was, can we go out to the community and raise the funds to make this happen? And the answer was, after some assessments and investigation, there's a possibility we could actually pull this off. And thus, they decided to dig in and get people together. As of today, we're sitting here in August of 2017. We've raised, that's the red one, $10.1 million through public and private funding. We've had generous support from the county, as Roz says, for $3 million. The city of Santa Clarita has chipped in $3 million. The other we have raised through donations, pure individuals and corporations that have contributed basically in the last year to try to make this happen. As of today, and this announcement will come out in the next week in the press, we're $1.3 million to go. Our goal is to wrap this up in September, because we don't want to go and get a loan. People don't fund loans. They don't fund those debt. So we're trying to wrap it up in September. If we wrap it up in September, the way the process is going with the city, with looking at how our building is going, it's going very quickly through the process. They're accepting our plans. So we hope to start digging in late September. We hope to open up next summer. It'll be about a 10-month project. So we're still short, so we're out asking everybody. And if you don't have the money, you know someone who has money. So we have an envelope to give you to say, pass it along to someone who may just be able to give to the senior center, who may want their name on one of those classrooms. And we're just talking to someone yesterday who said, yes, I'll get into that. Can I pay it in 2 years? Sure. Not 3 years, because we have to build this, so keep it short. And then again, the donor wall as you walk in the building is $500 to be on the donor wall. The LA Kings did the same thing. They had great success, but they had to put a minimum on it. And that's where we're going with it. So we're almost there, and as you can see, it'll look like there's different renderings. This is the final rendering right here of what it'll look like, and you can come up and look at that later. And that's your future senior center for your valley, for your friends and your relatives. Is everyone okay? We're good? We're good? Would you spread the word? And spread the word in a couple things. I'm talking about the building a lot. We have a lot of services that people aren't taking advantage. Home delivered meals, I was announcing on the radio today. If you know someone who's homebound, they need to call the senior center because we can get them a free lunch. So call and see if they qualify. But someone knows someone who can't get out, they're physically bound to their home, we can get them a free lunch, and it's a good lunch. But we have to keep spreading the word. If someone's stuck in a rut, if they need help from the seniors, Everything is free. I looked at the fees the other day for some of our recreation. $6, $7, $8. I think the highest one was $10. Lots of stuff there. Most of the stuff is for free. So they need to come by and see what we can offer. So if you could share that with the community, that's even great. Talk about the building, but let's talk about supports and services first and foremost. So, questions? Yes.
I'm Helen Blanchard. I live here in Camden Country.
Hi.
For 53 years I lived here. Okay, what's going to happen to the old building that you're in right now when you move to the new senior center? Is it still going to operate as a senior area? A lot of people have asked me that, and I said, I have no idea. But you're the man who maybe can answer that.
I wish I had a great answer. It's a county-owned property, so it goes back to the county. So when we move out next summer, and we're going to have a transition time. We're probably going to have a couple months where we're going to operate both. But once we totally move out of there, it goes back to the county, and the county makes a decision, how is it used? I have no idea if they even thought about it, if they're going to, who knows if they're going to demolish it or they're going to fix it up the way it is. I don't know. As you know, it's attached to Hart Park, but I have no idea what the plans are. I kind of think they're waiting until we start breaking ground and they see us making some progress that they're going to have to start thinking, what are we going to do with that property? So I wish I knew. We are going to keep some senior services in the New Hall area, though, and we're working on a couple of different options for us to keep a presence down there with classes or whatever else and information down in the New Hall area. So we're concerned about the people down there also getting continuing services. Is that helpful?
I have one more question, too. One of the presentations that we had here, they talked about the YMCA being right there, and they made a statement that there was no pool at the new senior center. And they were saying, the guy said to us then that they can go over and use the Y. Is there going to be a coordination between the Y? Because usually you have to join the Y. And so I was asked, well, are they going to let the senior people come over and use it for free? I said, I had no idea. Maybe you're the man that could answer that.
We're going to work some deals. I can tell you that. Yes, there's going to be a cooperative agreement with the Y. I don't know what the details are yet. Again, they're a couple of years behind us. Our thought, though, was you also have the aquatic center very close, and we're going to work some sort of transportation with the aquatic center and take advantage of the aquatic center because it's only a half-mile away. So whether it be a trolley going from the senior center or things like that. So lots of things to talk about, but we feel the need for it as well. So
Are they going to have to pay?
I don't know. I don't know yet. But like I said, look at our history. There's not a lot of payment for what we're doing now, so hopefully that will continue.
What beautiful plans there are. And I've been going to church at the Senior Center on Sundays for quite a while. Heard you last week, in fact. But only 1 month ago, I started going to a discussion group on Mondays, and I was overwhelmed with the participation, the number of people that are taking advantage of the Senior Center. And I had to park way out of the parking lot because it was so filled. But my question to you today is, how was this particular location chosen? Because it does seem to be so very far away from lots and lots of seniors. I'm glad to hear that you're going to continue a presence in Newhall, but what was the selection process, and is there going to be ways for people, seniors who might not easily drive themselves to reach the facility?
It's a great question, and we were talking about that today at lunch. That same exact question. The land was gifted to us. The land was gifted to the Y as well by the community of builders that were there. So we were given a wonderful parcel of land, 2.6 acres for the senior center, and the Y was a little bit bigger for that parcel of land. So when you're given a wonderful gift, it's still in our valley, it's near major roads. We weren't going to say no to the people at the time before I was there, and it really was a wonderful gift. We've already spoken to the city with their transportation department and said we need to get people over there. So we're definitely working on plans for bringing them. We're going to have an education series before we even move about how to get over there. Transportation in the city of Santa Clarita, in some of our eyes, is very, very good, and a lot of our seniors are able to get where they are now. We definitely are going to make an effort to make sure everyone can get to the new senior center. Whether we're running buses back and forth or whatever else, it is definitely in our mindset. If we're going to build this new center, we want people to come. And yes, transportation is definitely on the agenda. So I appreciate that thought, because we do too. But yes, we talked about that at lunch today with the chair of the board, saying we got to make sure we can make this happen transportation-wise. And the city's made a commitment to making sure the buses are going to go over there. So it's nice. Anything else? Yes.
My name is Michelle Jenkins, and I'm on the Board of Trustees at College of the Canyons for 33 years almost. Okay. And so I was really glad to hear the college is partnering with you. And I could just see other partnerships that the college might want to be involved in, which to do with even the food service or I think you mentioned the technology area. So I can see that would be fruitful. The other thing is I'm glad you're thinking about the transportation, because that area is fairly remote from most of the senior kinds of housing that's around. And so I think that's a great thing. And thank you for being here. That's all.
Thank you. I'm glad I mentioned the college. The college is having a series of workshops for family caregivers just in 2 weeks, and they're having it at the Senior Center. So I'm working with Jerry Buckley and Paul Wicklund, and we're developing some really good things coming out of it. And they've come to us, frankly, in both ways. They want a partnership. They want to serve the seniors. So we're very grateful. But you're right, culinary arts, you heard that. So I think of College of the Canyons, but I think of culinary arts as well. So we're going to be working together a lot.
You know, one other thing I'd like to mention for the people that are here and whoever happens to watch this, I don't think a lot of people in the community are aware of how many classes that they can access via the college at various locations through our community services branch that are free classes. Mm-hmm. So that needs to be, people need to be just aware of that, and I'm sure that'll be the same as the Senior Center, but I just want people that currently they can do that now. So.
Right. Good. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Any other questions? I want to point out one of my greatest volunteers is Sarah. Thank you very much for all your volunteer efforts and everything else. She comes up to our office quite frequently, to the administrative office, and helps out in many, many different ways. So thank you very much. If there's no other questions, thank you for listening today.